All right, Chelsea fans are back. Another video. We're talking about the youth revolution at Chelsea. That's right. Chelsea are targeting top youngsters out of Brazil, plus promoting academy graduates against City. We'll see. All right, well, first things first, before we get to the Man City preview tomorrow, we're going to do lineups, predictions, everything like that. It is coming out that Chelsea are going after highly coveted youngster from Brazil. That's right, as you all probably know now, Endrick is high atop the Boehly transfer target list right now. And our friend Nisar Kinsella from the Evening Standard bringing it to us. That's right, Endrick versus Chelsea, PSG, and Real Madrid. I don't know how he is feeling as a 16-year-old. But as you can see here, Chelsea are among the three clubs leading the race. Essentially, the big stat here is of his youth days, having scored 165 goals in 169 games for Palmeiras' youth teams, right? So he's just made his senior debut. He is one for the future. The family is going to prioritize the club that'll give him the pathway to develop. Is that at PSG, who are struggling and need to win now? Is that at Real Madrid, who have shown some love to some youngsters lately and are playing them? Or is it Chelsea under Potter, who have an amazing youth team system? Obviously, of course, Madrid do as well. He's got some tough decisions to make as a family. But again, I think this kind of goes to the approach as we're starting, you heard in our Matlaw update last week, starting to put together the scouting and the talent development network and kind of the short, mid, and long-term plans, who's in charge of what at the club. Boehly and team are continuing to look for the best young up-and-coming players, which is something that I think really translates directly to what he's done with the Dodgers and their farm system. Always looking for hot young prospects they can develop and turn into superstars to help the first team. And this seems like it is in line with, honestly, a lot of what the transfer business has done. Chelsea's youth academy and Neil Bath, I think they did more business than anyone else. Yesterday, if you saw Cesare Casade blitz through the midfield against Tottenham and get his assist in the game, you can tell that he is a high potential youngster. Really excited about what he has to bring. I know he's had a couple red cards. Listen to my updates with at Chelsea with Phil. He gives context to them. A bit unlucky transitioning into this league. But again, the youth is a massive priority from Boehly. And that's why I'm calling it a youth revolution. There's always going to be a balance of established pros and young up-and-coming players. But if we can look at Naz's other article here, shout out, again, links in the description to Naz, it looks like Chelsea have promoted 3 academy stars for the Man City showdown. Now, whether or not they're going to feature or not, I don't know. I have a WhatsApp out to Phil to give me a probability. So if you want to know what he thinks on that, head to our TikTok channel. We're going to have essentially a 1 to 10 rating of do we think these players are going to play. I think, especially with Potter going over with Chukwuemeka, giving him significant minutes, the signings that we did in the summer, even before he got there, they're really driving the age down. And I think they want those players who just are on the cusp of making it big, so that they can establish and mold these players. So as we can see here, winger Omari Hutchinson, midfielder Lewis Hall / defender, he does it all, and defender Bashir Humphreys have all traveled Graham Potter's squad this week and are in contention. Omari Hutchinson came from Arsenal. If you don't know, he is one of the most exciting young attackers in the entire country. He is lighting up PL2 for Chelsea right now. He's scoring goals, he's assisting, he's electric, he's quite honestly, and again, Phil and I do Cobham updates on a monthly basis. Omari Hutchinson is outclassing the PL2. Like, Chelsea's biggest problem with Omari right now is, where does he go next? Does he go on loan? Does he maybe squeeze into the first team? We're not sure, but it's not with PL2. He is too good for that league. Then you got Lewis Hall, who made his debut last season in the FA Cup. I think he played right back or right center back. I don't know. He played across the back three last year. He's been playing midfield for the Dev squad. He is having an amazing season. He as well is scoring goals. He has a ton of tactical flexibility. He is one that we need to see. Now, look, we've had a lot of defenders kind of come up, get close, not quite make it, and we'll see. But he should be given every chance to succeed, because all signs point to the fact that he can chop it up at the big level. And we want to potentially see Lewis Hall play in this one. You have to assume that City are going to rotate as well. I know Pep is tight-lipped. He might get Haaland some minutes because he hasn't really played a lot in the last couple matches. At the same time, when we saw Pep play in the Champions League, their last match, which was a dead rubber like ours, he rotated 80% of the team. I looked at their team sheet and didn't recognize anyone because I'm not a Man City fan. I don't know their young players. There was only a few established professionals and starters, I would say, in that lineup for that match. I don't see him doing anything else. I know this is kind of like the Man City trophy and they win it every year, but I would expect him to rotate heavily, and that's, I think, what Potter might do as well. And then lastly, Basher Humphreys. I mean, look, he's captain for the team, right? There's Lewis Hall. Humphreys just signed a new contract. He's captain. He is a defender as well that you really could look at plugging in quite easily. I just have to hope that some of these guys get a chance. I don't think a lot of Chelsea fans, especially with the situation we're in right now, so close to the World Cup, winless in our last 4 Premier League matches, would be upset if Potter rotated heavily and went for the youth. Chelsea, one of our strategic advantages over everybody in the league, bar Man City most likely, is our youth academy. And our youth academy has a decade longer of being established than even City. So this is the time to give these young players competitive minutes to develop them. We need to see more opportunities like these be given to them. I think a lot of us were upset that Potter didn't do it midweek. So you have to just see where he's going to play some of these guys. Obviously, Mason Burstow is having a great season. He is out with injury. Goalkeeper Eddie Beach might be on the bench, might not, with Kepa out injured. He's had kind of an up and down season as well. So he's young as well, playing up well above his ages. It's just, with all these injuries, why have an academy and not use them? Like, this is the perfect time. You've got injuries. You've got up and coming players who are top rated in the entire country. Why not let them spin a little bit? At a minimum, let them travel so that they can, get an idea, get a taste for the big boy leagues. But I'm telling you what, like, for all intents and purposes, it looks like Chelsea and Boehly are doing a youth revolution. They are going big on young, up-and-coming players. The fact that they got Casade from Inter Milan, who's considered, I think he played in the U19 World Cup finals against England. You have Omari Hutchinson that came from Arsenal. He was highly coveted. He left Arsenal's academy to come to us. This is the opportunity. Lewis Hall has been growing year after year. We've got Basher Humphreys. Let these guys go out there and show what they can do. It's no risk to me. I don't think Potter is going to be in any situation of fans being upset. I think he's going to be able to go and play a young team. And as Chelsea fans, we want to see the young players. I think Chelsea has an amazing history of bringing players through and the fans supporting young players and wanting them to be successful. I think that is a unique thing about us and why at Chelsea Youth has so many followers, right? We're talking like over 200,000 followers because Chelsea fans want to know what's going on at the academy. And that's why we have the Cobb & Crew podcast that we do at a minimum on a monthly basis. So again, over 250,000 subscribers. Chelsea are locking down young players, new contracts. And as you look at, Phil's profile here, right? The top of the PL2, we are highly competitive with the big clubs. I think Liverpool are going to drop off, but Arsenal, City, Chelsea, even Crystal Palace have a really good record, and the dev squad unbeaten in 10. Like, they have confidence right now. We should be going with the hot hand, and these young players are hungry. They're desperate to succeed. So again, let me know what you think. I love that Chelsea are prioritizing young, exciting players. Do you think Potter is going to roll the dice with these players? Is he going to let them play? I'm not 100% yet. We're still learning Potter and his kind of preferences. Really disappointed with the Champions League. A lot of restrictions, though, to be fair, about who is even eligible. So with this one, restrictions are off. Let us go and see, does Potter bring up, well, we assume he brought up 3. Is he going to give them minutes? At a minimum, put them on a bench and travel. We'll see. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is he going to play the kids, or is he going to trot out the same tired starting 11 that we've seen? Anyways, I'll be back with my predictions and starting lineup tomorrow. I've had a hot hand on the predictions, so hoping to extend my streak now that I'm back with newest Chelsea. Have a great day. If you want more content, check out our podcast. Link in the description below. We got a bunch of fun stuff cooking. Anyways, I'm out. Have a great day.